Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to my channel. It is your girl, Fame with Tiffany Renee. Freedom of artistic means of expression. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. This is such a special video because this is like, I'm just super excited. We have officially hit 100 subscribers. Technically, I think it's like 101. And I am like super, super stoked. Okay. I am so thrilled. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Everyone who has subscribed to my channel. Oh my God. 101 of you subscribe to me. I'm beyond thrilled. I'm so full of gratitude. Thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you. And I love reading your comments. I love your manifestation stories. And I absolutely love what you bring to the channel. And I love the community that's happening here. I love it's a peaceful community. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. This is a loving, accepting community. That's what I wanted to build here. So I just appreciate you all so much. I appreciate you. So thank you, a thousand times over from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you all. So we're just gonna keep growing. So I appreciate you so much. Also, in case you didn't know, I am a first-time author. Published my first book a couple of weeks ago. It's on Amazon. It is my story of my weight journey and how I started releasing some weight. I dropped over 40 pounds just using my mind, consciousness, and the power of deliberate manifestation and inspired action and all that. If you're interested and you want to know how your girl did it, or if you yourself are interested in, weight release or body transformation and that kind of thing, check out the link will be in my description. If you're interested in purchasing my book, it's on Amazon, paperback and Kindle. So I'll leave that link in the description below as well. Now, let's jump into this video. This is about the placebo effect, okay? And the power of the placebo, okay? Listen, there's a reason why people from way back in the day, really for centuries, really, have been talking about the placebo and the placebo effect. Because it works. It is a real thing, okay? I even mentioned this in my book about how I was able to train my mind to accept certain ideas for my body. And it's been working for me to slim down. The placebo effect, okay? There is so much power in the idea of the placebo. Okay, let's not sleep on the placebo, people, okay? And you can use it for anything. Now, if you're not really aware of what the placebo effect actually is, this is like a blanket, a kind of broad, basic, generalized kind of definition of what the placebo effect is. It's basically a suggestion. It's the suggestion that you give to your subconscious as a belief. And your subconscious accepts it as a belief. And because it accepts it as a belief, you get a result. Okay. For example, I want to say back in, I want to like World War II or something like that. I saw either like a documentary, I think it was, where they were talking about how like there were doctors and like surgeons who were running out of like I think it was like morphine or something that they used to give to the soldiers when they needed to amputate like their limbs and stuff. Um and because they didn't have any more like morphine or like stuff for pain to give to the soldiers, they started like for the, or if they were like really badly burned, they didn't have any more painkillers, like if they were in the hospital wards and stuff like that. And so the nurses would go to the doctors and say, okay, look, what do we give them, because we're out of pain pills, or we're out of morphine, or whatever they were giving them. And the doctor said, give them these. And they're like, well, it's aspirin, like it's just aspirin, or it was something else. It's like, this isn't going to do anything. It was like just, or they were just like regular pills or something that had nothing to do with actual like pain, the type of pain that they were in. Like it wasn't going to do anything, or if it was like a sugar pill or something like that. And they were just, the doctor was saying, well, tell them it's for pain. Or when they would go into the surgery to amputate their leg, they would say, I'm going to give you this. This is like morphine, or this is like some big painkiller. You're not going to feel anything once I give you this, or once I inject you with this, you're not going to feel anything in your leg, but it would be like salt water. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't be anything. And then the patient would be like, okay. And then he'll inject him like, okay, so you shouldn't feel anything right now. And like, he'll like, would like tap his leg, like you don't feel anything. And then the patient would say, well, I don't feel anything. And they would be able to amputate the patient's leg and the patient wouldn't feel anything. But it would be like salt water. You know what I mean? Or they would give the patient these sugar pills or whatever they were, and then their pain would go away and they would be able to sleep. They would do exactly what the doctor, what the nurse would tell the patient that it would do, even though it wasn't really the thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's when they discovered this, like this is a placebo. This is like the placebo effect, when they would give patients um or they would have patients who, what they call those things, is like hypochondriacs, I think, like who always think that something's wrong with them. They started um prescribing them like sugar pills instead of actual medication, because they realized, okay, there's really nothing wrong with these patients, but we're just going to give them something and just tell them, hey, if you take these, it'll calm your nerves, or if you take these, it'll alleviate WXYZ symptom that you think you have. And then they would take these sugar pills and then the symptoms would go away. And that's when they discovered it's a mental thing. As long as you tell them that this pill is going to do something, the symptom would go away. But it goes away because they believe that what they're taking makes the thing go away. So the pill did nothing because it wasn't a real pill. It was just a sugar pill, or it was just salt water that they were being injected. It was nothing. It wasn't real medicine. It wasn't a cure for anything, but they would be cured just because they believed in the pill that they were being given, or they believed in the fact that they were being told, if you take this, then you'll be cured. Do you see what I'm saying? And so they would be cured, or they would, whatever would be happening would happen. And so the placebo effect became a really big thing. But even Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this in his show Rewired, that everything is a placebo. Pretty much everything you program yourself to believe is a placebo. And you can use it to your advantage, because we use it really detrimentally. Like we give ourselves placebos all the time, right? So how about we use the placebo to benefit us, right? I gave myself a placebo, which I guess I didn't realize that that's what I was doing until later. But I used that method for myself when I was doing my weight transformation. I decided I'm going to eat whatever I want, and I'm going to work out 5 days a week, whatever activity I'm going to do. It's going to be enough. And I'm going to be completely healthy, and everything I put in my body is going to nourish my body. And I'm going to slim down. I'm going to just decrease weight harmoniously, like, period. That was the placebo that I gave myself. I decided that everything that I eat is going to nurture my body and it's going to contribute to a slimmer body. Every activity that I do is going to contribute to toning and slimming my body. And that is literally what happened. 44 pounds down. That's literally what has been happening. So much so that I wrote a book about it. I was inspired to write a book about it. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything is a placebo. Everything. Everything does what you say it's going to do. And I mentioned it about like diets. You know what I mean? Like I don't diet. You know what I mean? And I used to way back in the day, but like a decade ago I used to, but I don't do them anymore. But even a diet, like bless if you do diets and that works for you, yes, more power to you. But even a diet is a placebo. You're telling yourself, if I add certain things to my diet, then it's going to do this to my body. Or if I remove certain things from my diet, it's going to do certain things to my body. And it does it. It's not the food itself that does or doesn't do anything to the body. It's your belief that the food is going to do something or not do something that makes it so. You're giving yourself a placebo. So if you decide every time I drink a glass of celery juice every single morning, I will always have the body of my dreams, no matter what. All I have to do is drink 1 8-ounce glass of celery juice, and I will have like the best body ever for the rest of my life. It does not matter. I don't have to do anything else. All I have to do is drink 1 8-ounce glass of celery juice. That's it. That's it. That's all I have to do. You've just given yourself a placebo. And you start drinking that 1 8-ounce glass of celery juice. And that's it. You don't diet, you don't exercise, you don't care nothing about none of that. But you drink your 8-ounce glass of celery juice every single day. Because that is your placebo. You've given yourself, you've decided, you've given yourself that suggestion, and you start doing it. And you're repeating that. And with repetition, your subconscious is now accepting that as a truth. You believe it now. You've just given yourself your own placebo. And it's going to work. You will have the healthiest, most amazing body of your dreams because you now believe that only having that glass of celery juice is going to do it. And the universe has to bring you evidence of that because you now believe it. You believed it so. You've given yourself that placebo. That all I have to do is drink this and everything is fine. It's the same as if you went to the doctor and the doctor telling you, if you want clear skin, if you've been struggling with maybe having severe acne and you've been trying everything out there, and the doctor says, okay, I'm giving you this pill. Take this pill once a day. And I'm telling you, look at me. I'm the doctor. I'm telling you, you take this one pill every day for the next 90 days. Your skin is going to clear up and you will never have acne ever again for the rest of your life. I'm telling you, this is all you have to do. And you take that one pill and you accept it and you believe it. And you're like, okay, my doctor said this is it. This is it. You've accepted it. You're excited about it. And you're taking that one pill every day. Your skin is going to be clear. You've accepted it. You believe it. That's your placebo. And you have clear skin, period. Like we do this to ourselves all the time. We do it all the time. Like think about how many times somebody has told you something and you accepted it as true and it showed up in your life. Or that thing happened. How many times has someone said, listen, just go there, do this, or just do that, and this is just, it's going to happen. And you're just going to get this. Or you're going to go there. Or this is, and you've done it. You followed that instruction because you have an expectation. You accepted the suggestion. You believe it. And the thing happened. Placebo. It's the placebo effect. Like, literally, that's all it is. We do it to ourselves all the time. If I take this, this is going to happen. How many times have we done that? I mean, how many times are we, like, how many of us are still doing that? We're taking something just because we believe it works. Even if it doesn't work, we just take it because maybe our doctor just said, take this and you'll be fine. And we're like, okay, we believe it, so we take it. Or stay within this group of whatever and you'll be fine. Okay. Get a job at this corporation and you'll be set for life. Okay. And we make that our goal. And we accept it as true. And we get a job at that corporation and we end up being set for life. But not because that job is like the be all end all job, or not because, maybe that medicine is the be all end all medicine. It is truly the answer. No, but because our belief in it made it so. That's why. It's your belief in it. That's what the placebo is. It's your belief in the thing that makes the thing happen. I just went to a concert. I know, another one. 2 days ago. It's Sunday, so on Friday. This weekend is our Circle City Classics. And SOS Band, Belle Biv DeVoe, and Jodeci were here. And everyone, they're all legends. Okay, please know about them all, please. I absolutely love all of them, but Belle Biv DeVoe, New Edition in itself. So everyone in New Edition, okay? But BBD, you already know. And if you recall, I got to meet them once before back in 2019 because I did like a really big painting for them. I met them and Bobby Brown when they were here in my state. And I got to see them again. I didn't think it was going to happen, I will say, because of just the circumstances and, it was touch and go there. And I was reaching out to a friend of mine, and she was kind of working in the area and down there, and I was like, do you think I should come? Like, what's going to happen? She wasn't really sure. And then I thought, you know what? I'll reach back out to you tomorrow. And she said, okay. And I'll see maybe what I can do and whatnot. And then I called her on Friday and I didn't hear from her. Usually, even when she's busy, she calls back within a few minutes. And then maybe 2 hours later, I called her again. Didn't hear from her. Then maybe 2 hours later, and I called her about 4 times within about a maybe 6-hour period, 5-hour period or so. And I thought to myself, the doubt started creeping in, right? And I'm like, what am I doing? I was, touching up my nails, and I'm thinking, no, she's gonna call, fine, yeah, it'll be fine. But then that doubt started creeping in, like, what are you doing? It's like, okay, maybe she's not gonna call, maybe she's not, and maybe, well, whatever. Just doubt, just pouring in all these false scenarios. Okay, just false scenarios, like making up stuff. Like, really, my brain was just making up random, crazy, false stories about why my friend wasn't calling back or why she wasn't answering the phone or whatever. And then I'm like, what are you doing? I had to just literally, I said out loud, what are you doing? Like, why are you making up these random stories, brain? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? Like, we're not going down this road. First of all, it's not even that big of a deal. I would love to go, but if I don't get to, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It really is. I can stay at home. I can make me some hot dogs I'm gonna watch a movie maybe, and I'm gonna fill out this assessment. Like I'll be okay. It's fine. If I get to go, bless. But it's okay. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are we making up these crazy scenarios? Everything is fine. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? She's probably busy. And what actually is happening, I bet she has probably two phones. And I'm talking to myself. I don't even know this. She probably has two phones, her work phone and then her phone that I'm calling. Her phone is probably in her car charging. That's probably why she hasn't been near her phone all day. It's not a big deal. The universe knows that I would like to be there, and everything will orchestrate how it's supposed to orchestrate. But it's not that big of a deal. You're creating excess potential by freaking out like this, and you're making up ridiculous scenarios because you don't know what's going on. You're just making up stuff. You're just making up stuff. You don't know what's happening. So stop it. I literally had to say that to myself. And I let it go. Maybe 15 minutes after I said that and I settled back into myself, I got the urge, like not even the urge, it was like this inspired action. Something said, now call her. Now call her. And I'm like, okay, I've already called her like four. I'm not. It said now call her. It was like 4:45, and I called her on the second ring. She answered, and I was telling her about stuff that happened, like calling about the box office, whatever, whatever. And I said, where are you? And she was like, well, I'm downtown at the hotel. And I'm like, well, should I come to you? She said, yes. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna get you. And she said, come down. I'm like, I'm gonna come to you. Went down there, went at the hotel, whatever. Everything worked out. I went down to the hotel. I got to see Belle Biv DeVoe as they were coming out of the hotel. And I showed them the picture. I guess they remembered me. And I got to get selfies with all three of them. And they were just as nice in 2022 as they were in 2019. Just as nice. And then I got to go to the show. I got to hook up and I got to go to the show. And I got to be right in the front of the stage. Like, bam, right there. Where was it? The universe totally came through. Totally came through. So, and I got great footage. You know what I mean? I got great footage. And people on Instagram are like, oh my gosh, can I get this video for my page, and for my fan page, and for my page? I'm like, yes, here. Like, bless. So, the placebo effect was me telling myself that whatever happens, it's okay. It's okay regardless. It would be nice to go, but it's okay regardless. Because I'm not going to go down that road of creating a negative narrative about something I don't know. That was my placebo. And I'll be doggone if when I got down there, I saw that she had two phones. She had a work phone and she had her own phone. So I didn't even know that. I just saw it. I was like, I bet she probably has two phones. And that's probably why she hasn't been answering. And when she called, I said, girl, you must be busy. She was like, yes, we've been busy. It was everything that I said out loud. That was my placebo. Me creating an entirely new narrative. That's what it is. And within 15 minutes, it showed up. It showed up. So that's what I mean. I created my own placebo, my own new belief about what the circumstance was. And it showed up as that circumstance. Like, if you're in relationships or if you're having, SP issues, how many times do you do that? Dealing with your SP. If your SP didn't text you back within 5 minutes or whatever, how many times do you go down that road of speculation and start creating a negative narrative of what he or she may or may not be doing as to why they're not responding back to you, or why they haven't returned your call, or why they canceled on you, or why they're not responding to your DMs, or why that they whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? I believe, all this is personal opinion, I believe, in my extremely humble opinion, that you're creating placebos. Like, these are your beliefs being played out. You're planting these seeds that you are creating when you decide, okay, my person didn't text me back. Why, instead of just saying it's okay, it's okay, even if you feel like you have to make up a narrative because you really don't know why they didn't text back, you know what I mean, because you're not there, you could say, okay, I don't know why this person hasn't texted me, I don't know why. Instead of saying, okay, well, I feel ignored, I feel like, okay, they're probably talking to this person, or they probably, oh, this is probably somebody else, it's probably da 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 da, and going down that rabbit hole of negative, 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 negative. It's got to be something bad, something bad, something bad, something bad. Oh, no, he didn't. No, no, she didn't. Woo, woo. Instead of doing that and then planting that seed and making that be your placebo. Do you see what I'm saying? That every time this person doesn't text you back, or there's a delay in their response to you, it equals something negative. That's the placebo that you're giving yourself. Instead of it being that, how about every time this person has a delayed response, if and when it happens, it's because they're doing something for me, or it's because they're planning something great, or it's because it's a really good reason. It's a valid reason that has nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? Or it's something positive. Like, it can be, it's okay. They're at work. Or it's not a big deal because they're at the grocery store, or they're asleep, or they're about to hit me up any day. Or it's not even a big deal because either way, I know we're good. It's okay. Sometimes he or she just can't get back to me immediately, but he or she's about to hit me up. I'll talk to them later. It's not a big deal. I'm not pressed about that because we're good. We have a great foundation. We have a great relationship. We're on the same accord. So it doesn't matter. Sometimes I don't even respond immediately, but they're good. It's okay. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's totally good. It's okay. If, and let that and spiral up, you know what I mean? That can be your placebo. Where every time there's a delay in their response, it's something good. It's okay. You've just given yourself that placebo. Like, oh, every time there's a delay in their response, it equals something good. Or, oh, every time he or she doesn't respond late, every time they respond late, that means they're usually like, okay, I'm about to take you out to dinner. It's because they're planning something nice for me. It's because they're planning something nice for me, or whatever. It could literally be anything. It could literally be anything. Instead of every time he or she texts me late, that means there was somebody else. That means they're on some games. That means they're on some BS. Instead of that being your placebo. Because now it's synonymous with that. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm just using SP as an example. It could be anything. Anything. Literally anything. Anything. Anytime the boss wants to call you into the office. Yeah. Like, how many times? If we're at work and we're like, okay, hi, Mr. Jones wants to see you in his office. And we're like, dang. It's like walking into the principal's office, right? And you start feeling like, oh, Lord. And you start thinking, what the heck did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? That's the placebo. You're training your mind to believe every time you get called into your supervisor's office, it equals that you did something wrong. It equals reprimand. Okay, that's the placebo. That's the belief system that you have. So 9 times out of 10, every time you go into the office, it's a reprimand, or it's something negative, or it's bad news. Okay, how about you just flip that? And you start telling yourself, new placebo, every time I get called into the supervisor's office, it's because he got some good news for me. Every time my supervisor wants to talk to me, it's because he's giving me a raise. It's because I'm getting a kudos. It's because I'm getting a certificate. It's because I'm getting a gift card. It's because I'm getting, praise about something amazing that I've done. And he wants to, or she wants to recognize me. again, that's going to be the new placebo. So supervisor and you being called in is now going to be synonymous with something positive is always going to happen. Every time the supervisor wants to see me, oh, okay, let me see what kind of bonus I'm about to get this time. Like, it's synonymous with something in your favor every time. You literally can train your subconscious to expect that. That's what a placebo does. And the vibrational alignment is going to have to be there. Law of assumption is going to have to pick up on that. Law of attraction is going to pick up on that. The universe is going to always orchestrate that for you because that's what you assume to happen now, because that's your new placebo. You believe it now. Do you see what I'm saying? You believe it now. Okay. I hope this is making sense. I feel like I was talking all over the place. But, like, don't sleep on the placebo effect, family. Do you see what I'm saying? Family. Don't sleep on the placebo. Okay? You can turn anything into your placebo. Anything. You can make anything synonymous with something good. You can decide, if I do this thing is going to happen and it's going to be good. Like, that's all a placebo is making one thing synonymous with something else. Like, and like I said, there are people, groups, entities out there, whatever, institutions that use the same placebo effect in other ways that do not serve you. That as a society, we buy into them, right? They will show you certain images and they will make it synonymous with certain things. And it makes you feel certain things. It makes you come to certain conclusions about certain things. You know what I'm saying? Just by showing you an image or a word. That's the placebo effect. And it makes you sway one way or another. Do you see what I mean? So you can use it for anything. Of course, we want to use it for well-being, of course, and for things that benefit us and benefit, our well-being, benefit others, etc., etc. However, just to show you that you literally can use it for anything. People use it for everything. They use it for you and they use it against you. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And you have the power, though, to choose. You can choose what you want to use it for and what you don't want to use it for. You get to decide. You get to make your own placebos now. You can take what you've seen, like, oh, I see, okay, you're trying to use this placebo on me to think a certain way or to act a certain way. Well, guess what? I'm going to flip this around. Every time I see this or do this, I'm now going to make it synonymous with WXYZ. How about that? You can do that. You can do that. You can flip it. You can change it up. Okay? You can do whatever you want because, A, this is your reality. You can do whatever you want. Anything can mean whatever you want it to mean in your reality. First and foremost, let's not forget that. That's the number one rule here. The number one rule is that you make your own rules in your reality. So whatever you say is, because it's your reality. Number one, let's remember that. But, I'm just saying. But to take it a step further, you can also choose whatever those things in your reality you want to mean are going to mean. You can decide if this is going to be a good thing or if this is not. If something looks bad, you can decide, okay, but it's not, though. If you get fired from a job like I did, I lost my job, like right before the pandemic and all that stuff. I decided, after I was feeling my feels, I decided, using a technique by Roxy Talks, this is a good thing. And I just kept just saying over and over, this is a good thing. 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 I am deciding that this is a good thing. I decided that me not having this employer anymore is a good thing. I then decided, where the placebo effect came in at, was not having employment by this employer is going to be the best thing that ever happened to me. That was the placebo effect. And when I tell you, it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. It's been one of the best separations of employment that I've ever had. I have received so many blessings due to that separation between from that employer. Now, I could have gone the other way and spiraled downward because I started to. Then I had to catch myself and say, remember, no, this is a good thing. I'm just going to say that it is. I can't see how it is. I don't know how it is. I'm angry. I'm scared. I don't know what I'm going to do. We're in the middle of a pandemic. I don't know what's going to happen. But, like, and I know this is like a wrongful termination. Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to prove this? How am I going to defend myself? In spite of all of that, this is a good thing. And it's a good thing. And it's still a good thing. It's somehow, some way, I know this is a good thing. This is a good thing. And this is a good thing. And it's still a good thing. I just kept saying it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And when I tell you the universe orchestrated through an incredible bridge of incidents, how good of a thing it really was. Check out my video called 3 Incredible Money Manifestation Stories, and it is the last story. I tell 3 of them. It is the last story on that video. And you will see just how incredible of a manifestation really that was. Like, it really was a blessing. So you get to decide. You get to decide. The world is your placebo. Like, you get to pick and choose how you're going to use it. Utilize the placebo effect to your advantage. Use it to your advantage. Use it in conjunction with, the universal laws, the law of assumption. Like, you utilize it with what you know to be true already. Utilize it with metaphysics. Utilize it with quantum physics. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about it a lot. Do some research on his take on the placebo effect. Like, it really is fascinating when you really study the placebo effect. It's so powerful. And just knowing that it is the belief in the thing that makes the thing possible. It's not the thing itself, but it is the belief in it that makes it so. It's you believing in it that makes it so. It's the fact that you believe in the diet that makes the diet work. Or it's you believing that the invention is going to work that makes the invention work. Like, it's your belief in the pill working that makes the pill work. It's not the thing itself, but it is your belief in it that makes it work. It's the placebo. Like, and you can tell yourself, when I take this thing or when I do this thing, these are the results I'm going to get. That's you giving yourself your own placebo. You are your own placebo. Mind-blowing. Just how incredible. How incredible are we? How awesome are human beings? Okay? Like, our brains are, and how the parts that how intricate we are with the universe and frequencies and the waves and the rays and all that. It's pretty incredible. So thank you all. I know this has been a long video, but thank you for sticking around. I appreciate you all so much. And remember, you are your own placebo. You can be, do, or have anything that you want. You can interpret anything the way you want to interpret it, and you can decide that anything is what you want it to be. Period. Period. So, thank you all so much. Thank you, subscribers. Anyone else out there, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Always trying to grow the community and grow the channel. I will leave the link to my book in the description below if you're interested. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you all have a fantastic, fantastic day or evening or afternoon, wherever you are. Love you all so much. Thank you.